Hi, I'm Laurie Higginbotham. I'm one of the attorneys at National Trial Law, and I wanted to share a story with you today, actually about a case that we didn't take, but it's something that we see in all of our cases, and that is the guilt that people often feel when they've been through something tragic. Usually, if someone's calling us, it's because they've been through the worst day of their life. They have lost a loved one, or someone's been seriously injured, either because of medical malpractice or because maybe it's a terrible car accident or a violent mass shooting. Those are the kinds of tragedies that we help people through. And this particular woman called and asked me to look at her medical records because she tragically lost her baby unexpectedly in the third trimester, which is just heartbreaking. And it was a total shock to her. And I told her I'd look at the records. And as I did, I've been handling birth injury cases for 25 years. I know what to look for. I didn't see anything that indicated medical malpractice. It was just as much a surprise to her doctors as it was to her. So I knew I would have to call her and tell her, I don't see any evidence of medical malpractice here. But also, as I went through her records, I saw multiple references to how guilty she felt, how much she was blaming herself, and that she was deeply depressed over this, understandably. That's a normal human response that everyone has when something bad happens. And it comes from our basic desire to control our lives and the lives of our loved ones so that we can protect them and prevent something terrible from happening. But the truth is, if something terrible has happened because of someone's carelessness, that's really hard for our clients to process. It's hard to accept and understand that someone's carelessness caused something bad to happen. So sometimes it's actually a relief to hear that no, there wasn't any negligence in your case. And I knew that might help her, but I also knew she needed to hear that she wasn't responsible for this either. So when I called her back to tell her we couldn't take the case, I led with that and I said, I've been doing this for 25 years. I looked at your records. I need you to know you were not responsible for this. You did not do anything to cause this terrible tragedy. And there's nothing you could have done to prevent it. And I also need you to know that I don't think your providers did anything wrong. I don't think that they could have done anything to prevent it. That doesn't change that you are grieving. It doesn't change that this is a tragedy. But it takes away one thing. And that one thing is the knowledge that it could have been prevented and it was caused by someone's negligence. Because when you hear that, that is insult to injury in many ways. It's good news to a client if we can take their case, but it's really bad news because it means whatever tragedy happened didn't have to happen. So that was one piece of this that I could offer her is the piece of knowing that she didn't cause it and her doctors didn't cause it. So as I was telling her this, she was just sobbing. And she finally spoke and she said, that's what I was hoping you would say. She wanted to hear that this was not something that could be prevented and that she was not responsible. So if you're going through something tough, if you have experienced a tragedy in your family, if you've experienced a big loss, talk it through with someone because chances are there's nothing you could have done to prevent it. Chances are it's not your fault. And it's not necessary for you to keep carrying that guilt. So one of the things that I try to offer my clients, I try to help them process that so that they don't, not only are they going through the tragedy, but they aren't compounding it by adding on their own guilt about it. And that's something that we try to offer our clients is to help them through that. So I couldn't help her legally, but I hope I helped her by providing her with the solace that she didn't do anything wrong. And I told her, you were very brave to call us and to ask these questions. It's hard to hear these things. And I told her that that's what a good mother does. A good mother asks those tough questions when their child has suffered, and a good mother braces themselves for those answers, and that's what she was. So I hope that helped her. I hope this helps you. And if you have been through something tragic and you think it could be the result of negligence, you can always reach out and ask us. We're always happy to evaluate your case and let you know if it's something we could assist you with legally, and if not, maybe we can assist you with letting go of some of the guilt. Thanks.